It's uncovered. They ain't cuffing my cloth, they tugging. Putting up numbers, 99 problems, and I still kept it 100. Hola. Yeah.
I'll be right with you. Just cashing out of all my winners. Suckers. Guzman. Sell it. Sell it. We waited. You got it. There it is. Yeah. All right. My daughter just landed in the airport. Everything is all right. What's up, y'all? It's hard to comprehend how awesome we are on a daily basis. And if you took me up on my offer, you witnessed our greatness this morning as we lit everything on fire. And then we drop the mic and we walk away, and nobody can take this money from us once again. Let me show you a couple things. Baba Booey, Fa Fa Fo Hi. You hear me? All right. We're transmitting across all time and space. Welcome. I've been up all night. Didn't really sleep well. Very exciting. The futures market yesterday. So I'll do a quick intro. If you don't know who I am, my name's Kenny Glick. I'm the greatest trader that's ever lived, and I prove it every day. And if anybody wants to debate with me or try to outtrade me, I'm willing to put up my cash on any time frame in any arena, this universe or any other universes. I will out idea you. Whatever parameters you want to set up, I'll get some lawyers involved, and we'll have a trading contest. And again, when I win, I don't want your money. I just want you to come to my house so I could slap you in the face over and over and over again for even having a delusion that you know anything more than I do. I'm talking to you specifically, fuckhead. Yeah. All right, now we got that out of the way. So today, once again, we proved our worth, but we also proved that the market's rigged. So let me show you and make sure my screens are up and running. So when I say the market's rigged, right, it's rigged to prices. So somebody a couple of weeks ago, or maybe it was a couple of days ago, because time is just irrelevant in the matrix. Somebody says, well, if the market's rigged and you play the rigging back at it, you can make money. Yes, we can. So yesterday was one of the most rigged nights ever. And if you're trading NQs, which is the futures, that's also coincides with the QQQ. They're one and the same. Futures leads the market. That's why they call them futures. But what was awesome about the market yesterday was the ease. If you guys do trade futures, there's not time. You hear trading is the hardest, easiest thing you'll ever do. The easiest, hardest thing. It's because your emotions get in the way. What you think gets in the way. And again, yesterday, to that point, before we even go any further, let me show you the trade that I put on yesterday. Not because I wanted to, because I had to. So yesterday, during the chop after the Fed, right? I was thinking, wouldn't it be awesome if they chop, 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 rolls over, and the market gets slammed to the downside? Something that not everybody was anticipating. So I was hoping, I like when things happen that people are not prepared for, because then you get a bigger move. But as a shorter that's learned my lesson the hard way, that the market never goes down, I have to wait for confirmation of my delusion that the market can go down, which it doesn't anymore. So yesterday, after all this chop, so you had the Fed meeting, and this is what we call reactionary candle. The low and the high. So that's the reaction. Let's call it an earnings report or just a reaction. And then you're living inside that candle, right? You're inside, you're inside, you're inside. Usually if you break outside, you go in the direction of the break. So reaction candle, you're inside, you're inside, you're inside. If you break the low, you're generally going lower. It would have been a VWAP break and a reaction low candle. Reason to go short. Didn't happen. Inside, inside. Next thing you know, it breaks the top. No follow through. And you just got into some chop, right? So then it comes down to the VWAP and does that thing where we say breaks the VWAP, comes right back, test it from on top. That's a faux show. And it was a long trade. But here I was anticipating it to go down. So I was waiting for the VWAP to confirm my delusion that the market could go down. And right now you're delusional if you think the market's going down. Just look at the market. Does it go down? Sure. Every once in a while, like 2 Thursdays ago, yeah, it was fantastic. 3 Thursdays ago, sorry, when NVIDIA rolled over and we went down. We went down for like 4 hours. And that 4-hour sell-off was met with what? A 3-week rally. That's why I say the market never goes down. I get it. The market can go down. We shorted it again today. I'll show you. But more importantly, the way I trade now is I want to be confirmed of what I may think is happening. And I'm prepared to accept that I'm wrong, because nobody knows anything. And the only way to trade, especially in an algorithmic driven market, is to trade algorithmically. And how do you do that? Price action and volume weighted average price. The only 2 things that I need to trade. And that's the only thing I have been using for the last 11 years. And it works. So when it faux show broke the high of the day, I'm like, all right, I guess here we go. Another rally without me. I ain't participating because I was kind of like being stubborn about it, right? But then lo and behold, it just gets this red candle out of nowhere. And then wham. Wait a second. That's some selling going on right there. And then it breaks VWAP. And then it breaks there. I needed it to test that level, break back above the VWAP, and then test it from underneath and then roll. So right there, I'm thinking, okay, here we go. I got part of the move. We broke the recent low. And now I'm waiting while that candle was still open. I'm waiting for it to confirm my bearishness. But all it did was tell me that, no, you're wrong again. And right in that moment, I was like, oh, it's a faux show. And now it's breaking over the VWAP again. And now it's breaking that prior candle. So not only am I wrong about it going down, now it's telling me go long. And right there, that separates the good trader from the bad trader. I had my finger on the button, ready to buy the 620 puts, and I was going to giggle my ass off while the market rolled over and died down to the levels that I was predicting that it would go to from the prior sell-offs. And as I was, next thing you know, I'm switching sides and I'm buying the calls and I'm buying the stock itself. And I chased it because once it got back over that level, and again, I should have been buying here, but I was like, you know what? I'm not going to miss out on the bro part. And then we got involved. Late and right, then early and wrong. Accepting that I'm wrong, understanding market mechanics, putting my ego and what I thought over there, because that's not how you trade. Trading what you think, you'll be right 50% of the time. Maybe. Trading what is happening, you'll be right most of the time. So what was happening? It was a faux show, bro, VWAP break. I heard these trades work every time. They do. Get involved. We made some money on the upside. And that, my friends, is a very, very important moment, not just in the life of trading, in my life, because I used to be that guy that would just stick to my convictions, thinking I'm going to be right. I'm going to show the market who's boss, and I'd get my ass kicked. No more. You don't want to go down anymore? You confirm that you're bullish? I will accept it and do what the market tells me. So then we saw some selling into the close, and I was like, wow, that's a little bit weird. Usually we rally, we close high. And then last night, we did this. So these red lines that you see, what are those? Good question. Those are the pivot points from where there was the reaction low that I was talking about. Broke it. Right? So then what we look for are other reactions. Pre-market low. Pre-market low. Hits it to the penny. What's after that? We got to go back a couple of days, right? So let me show you. Here's 10 days on a minute chart. You'll see the whole thing. So when the market picks a direction, how do you know it's picked a direction? VWAP. By the way, have I lost anybody yet? I'm talking really slow this time and deliberate. This is where if you don't understand anything, just ask questions. I know I got a lot of newbies. Welcome, my friends from TikTok and YouTube. Welcome all my friends that took advantage of my generosity to be part of our website, because the Georgia Bulldogs are back-to-back SEC champions over the Texas and the Alabama. And I'm living my best life right now. My daughter just landed at JFK. My wife's going to get her from Georgia. My son is home with a job, and he went to JMU. I got JMU and I got UGA in the championship series. I've already watched the game twice, almost 3 times. My wife thinks I'm crazy, but I don't really appreciate, I haven't felt glory as far as sports in a very long time. All right. So anyway, if you took advantage of my generosity and you've been with me the last couple of days, you see, and I demonstrate these trades. We don't say, hey, we thought it was going to go there. Hey, look, it went there, right? We're actually in these trades. We put our money where our mouth is, right? So this morning, well, if you're with us last night, which my website's pretty much 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you know Solid, he never sleeps. I didn't really sleep last night. But now, you guys, let me just show you the levels, right? So we had a couple of levels that we thought we could hit, all right? So a couple of days ago, we had an anomaly print, meaning it was an out-of-the-money print when the market actually wasn't there. And lo and behold, the next day, we went to the exact price. Now, if that's not amazing to you, stop what you're doing. It is amazing. We're talking about an index that comprises 100 different stocks of the most influential stocks on the planet. You're talking AMD, Apple, Amazon, Tesla, Netflix, Meta, Microsoft, NVIDIA, Palantir, Carvana, Google, all the stocks you want to own. And of course, if you're in the Gemmy right now, you're making some money. Good for you. The idea that these prices could ebb and flow to the exact price is what we call the rigging of the market. And the human beings have been taken away from the market, right? This is all programmed. It's pre-programmed and programmed. Whether you believe this or not is irrelevant because I prove it every day, right? So now, yesterday, as I was explaining that trade the other day, when something happens that you don't think is going to happen, you go in the way of what's not what you thought. You have to accept that you're wrong and just do what the market's telling you. That's how you stay in this business. That's how you become a consistent trader. You put your feelings on the side, your emotions on your side. That's the discipline. Discipline is price. Price is discipline. So now, if you believe that the market's rigged like I do, then it's an if-then statement. If this happens, then we should go to those algorithmic predetermined prices. Correct. So last night, when the market was doing something that it doesn't normally do, going down, we said, okay, that's different. Let's address that, right? And then at 7:30 p.m., if you guys are watching, now I'm going to bring it on the minute chart. Remember, the levels were, don't forget the levels, right? These were the levels from the anomaly prints, right? Now go back. I'm going to show it to you again. Anomaly print, went to the same print the other day. We went to the same print yesterday, to the penny. This is a $600 stock to the penny. And then the if-then statement is if triple bottom break, VWAP's confirming, then we go to the next area where something really significant happened. And what is that area? You hit one here, one here, one there. Now, let's fast forward to yesterday. So the reason this was the easiest trade of the entire year, and I'm not joking, easiest trade of the year, no doubt. The reason it was the easiest trade of the year is now it was confirming what I thought was going to happen way back 4 or 5 hours ago. So now the VWAP, you see how it broke the VWAP, broke the prior day, and then it starts to roll over. That's the finger of God. And where is it going to go? It's going to go say hello to us all, a friend right here. And then it broke the reaction of the Fed. It broke there. And then where did it go? Watch. It went to the pre-market low to the penny. So we covered some there because when stocks get to levels where something happened once before, you do something. Cover. Now what do? You place your stop at the level where it came from, and you say, well, if it breaks this level, if then, that's a triple bottom break, then it probably will go searching for the next level where something dramatic happened. And where was that level? Let's go back. Remember that triple bottom? So you got to go way back. Again, let's go back to those 10 days. And I'll show it to you on a minute-to-minute chart. Boop. 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 Wait, there's more. Wait for it. Wait for it. Boop. Wait, there's one more. Boop. You guys remember Fat Finger Freddy way back on the 2nd of December? Well, lo and behold, Fat Finger Freddy. That price apparently is important in the world of the matrix that we live in. Broke out from that price, anomaly print, tested that print, and lo and behold, look what happened last night. Now watch this. You ready? Sorry, this is last night. This is this morning. So somebody said, well, do you think we're going to get a replica of what happened last night? And I said, I do believe that's going to happen, because what happens in the aftermarket and the pre-market often get replicated in the regular session. So that was our premise, and that was our inkling or our notion or an idea. And instead of being told by VWAP that I'm wrong, as we chopped around in the morning and then confirmed I was right by not breaking back over the VWAP and rolling through the prior day VWAP, now I feel better about it. Oh, I'm probably going to be right about this. Place the trade. 1 minute, multi-day VWAP, reversal, finger of God, there's the knuckle, confirmation. Now you place the trade. So just like yesterday where I was confirmed to be wrong and I went the right way, and in this case, I was confirmed to be right, which feels a lot better. And then here's where the fun part got started. We're not delusional, right? So we said, okay, the market's going down. We walked through our steps like we're in an AA meeting. I can't believe this is working. Well, if it gets to that level again, I'm going to have to cover some. Good. Covered some there. Oh my, it's breaking that level. I assume it's going to go test those other significant levels. Let's wait. Oh, look, it went to that level. Must cover some, assuming that the market will now bounce because the market's rigged. And we covered. And the market starts to bounce. And then we cover the rest on the way up. And then somebody said, if you're covering your short, should we go long? Yes, you should. So as I'm covering my short, some of the other players who weren't short, because that's how you trade, if the shorts are covering, why not force them to cover or join in while they're covering? And of course, if you didn't cover or go long, cover or go long, cover or go long, it was a wasted opportunity. But some people did do it. I didn't, because I was too busy covering my short. I didn't go long. I covered my shorts, which was great. And then you see how it faux show bro VWAP break, faux show bro from on top VWAP break. And it's just a coincidence, my friends, that it went to the same exact price where it went last time, where that was the high of the day and it rolled over. So as we trade algorithmically. If something happened at this price before, something might happen at this price again. I must do something, right? And the long sold. And then as it rolled over, it sold the rest. We got paid on the short. Our long friends got paid on the long. Everybody's happy. And we did the same thing with Oracle, right? What's our default? Now, again, you know I was a big fan of shorting Oracle for Oracle for the last 3 months, seeing it down on earnings this time. My default is to wait to buy it. Kenny says buy stocks that are gap down on earnings, no matter what the earnings are. What do we wait for? We wait for the faux show bro, right? So let's erase these lines. And we waited. Kenny, I thought you said we were going to be buying Oracle. Wait for it. Wait for it to break a new low, then come back. That is the faux show, bro. Right? Breaks a new low, comes right back. Starts to rally. I sent my order. I didn't get it. What do you mean, Kenny? I sent my limit order for 400 shares at 187.50. Did not get it because I sent a limit order. The market said no. So then I said, all right, I don't want to miss out on this move. So I wound up buying it in the next candle break, which was with 188.85. And there I sent the order again. That time I got my print. Goes to VWAP, sell 100 shares. 190 gets you 192.50. And then it went 192.50. Bang, bang. Sold it. Raise your stop to the VWAP. Bang. I got stopped out. Winning trade. Now, because I sold out of it, does that mean the trade is over? No. Kenny, it just faux show broed again and breaking back over the VWAP. What do I do? Buy it again. But I just sold it. Who cares? Buy it again. Faux show VWAP break. Buy it again. Longs got paid again. So while that was happening, which was kind of cool, was as Oracle was getting stronger and Leon was getting longer. You know that one's a deep cut, 1984. So now that's enough review time because I want to make money. And right now, you see how the market's ripping? I'm not in anything right now. I'm feeling a little antsy. Does that mean I want to put on trades? Probably not. But I want to show you some of the trades, some more of the trades. So right now, and as I've been saying to you friends from TikTok and YouTube, I'm hiring. And all I want you to do is I'm going to teach you these parameters. I'm going to teach you how to trade, and I'm going to give you my money. And you're going to trade my money, maybe some of yours. You do what I tell you to do. You make me some money. I will give you some of the money. There's not many people on this earth willing to do that, but this trade is so awesome and it works so often that I want to be involved in all of them. So right now, some of the trades that my traders are is our old pal Olma. Faux show bro VWAP break for the win. Olma. You guys know about Jemmy. We've been trading this on the long side, but this morning first it was the fade. Faux show bro VWAP break. We're long Jemmy. Obviously the Qs, right? Nobody's going to be short the Qs because they never go down. Oh, but they went down this morning. I know. But they don't stay down. Faux show bro VWAP break on the Qs. They don't have to ask me twice. So what we do here, if you haven't caught on, is make money. So your opportunity right now is to take advantage of my generosity because I'm the only one in the business that has the balls enough to allow you to come into a website that we charge $5,000 a year for and come and kick the tire, see what we do, and I don't need to sell you anything. Somebody said that earlier this morning. So when are you going to sell me something? Where's the course that you're going to surprise us that we want? There is no course. There is no surprise. And I'm officially never going to have to sell you something because you know why? In about 3 weeks, you're going to say, I'm going to get an email. Kenny, that was fucking amazing. Thank you for letting me hang out with you for the last 3 weeks. I want in. I'm not going to have to sell you. That's how it should be done. I hand you the money, and then you hand some of it back to us, and then you stay, and you play. And we do this every day. And all that rhymes, because I'm cool. So here's some of the other trades that you would have been involved in if you were part of our room today. A stock called CoreWeave. You guys know about this one? Sure you do, right? So when you learn how to trade with us, and it's just 2 lines on a screen, there will be no Elliott waves. There will be no moving averages. There will be no stochastics or Bollinger Bands or any of that stuff that you think means something because it's irrelevant. I teach you what works, and it's price, pattern recognition around VWAP. So when you like a stock, remember, you're just waiting for it to confirm whether you are right or wrong in your belief. Because what you think is irrelevant. What you think, I'm glad you think that. Let the VWAP confirm it, then take the trade. So let's say you were looking for a reason to buy CoreWeave because Oracle tends to move with CoreWeave. We know that. You know that, right? You know CoreWeave has been a good play over the trade. And then the market so graciously comes down and says, I'll give you one last chance, you nudnik, lazy bastard. Are you going to take it this time? And why is the third one the best one usually? Because all the people that missed it here, and all the people that just got it wrong, they are now chasing and covering their short and feeling that they're missing out. We are not those people. We're the ones that buy it at the VWAP jiggle, faux show bro, VWAP break. And the reason the third move is the best is that all the shorters that didn't cover when they had their chance, they're getting annihilated. The longs that just got stopped out because they didn't have proper VWAP on their screen, who sold it right there, they're chasing back in. So what we do is we take advantage of people that don't know what they're doing, which is most people. Most people think this is random. There is no randomness to us at all. It's all rigged. And once you understand that it's rigged, you play the rigging. So like I said, somebody asked me that, so if it's rigged and you understand it's rigged, then you make money on the rigging. Yes, that's all we do, right? And all you need to do is be patient. So going back to that elusive magical watch list, right? Every stock is on your watch list. Everybody needs to have their own watch list. What's my watch list? Qs, UVXY, USAR, NVTS, Open, ONDS, iRobot, and whatever has been in the news. Because where there's more volume, that's where the VWAPians go to. Hey, look at that volume over there. Let's go there. Because when there's more volume, it's easier to trade. When there's more volume, there's less chance of manipulation. When there's volume, that's when the algorithms are doing most of the trading. So we go where the volume is. You go where the food is. Sam Kinison reference. You live in a desert. Nothing grows out here. Nothing's going to grow. You know how you cure world hunger? You bring the people where the food is. And that's what we do here. I bring you to where the food is, and then gorge yourself as much as you can until the food is gone. And then we go look for the other area. Oh, look, there's other food over there. Well, there seems to be a whole bunch of people over there eating that food. Well, let's go get them. We're going to, well, I don't want to get all violent with you yet, but that's what this is all about. We're like a tribe of Vikings going from town to town and taking people's food and their villages and their women. And the reason I do it the way we do it is, as I like to call this is fraud proof, scam proof. As we understand that, I would say 90% of the market is completely rigged and algorithmic. About 98% of this industry are, what's the right word? I was going to just use scum, but they're not there to help you. It's a very select few people in this industry that genuinely are here to help you. And we got that group. And the guy that pretends on TikTok or YouTube that he's doing this for free, no, he's not. I don't pretend to be doing this for free, but I do it the right way. I'm not afraid to let you in and let me show you that I could do this for you. And then within 2 days, you know, because if these are your first 48 hours here, right? How's it working out for you? How's it working out for you with this attitude, right? As my mom said, your attitude sucks. This is the attitude you need. Accept that you know nothing. That's the hard part, because everybody wants to know. Oh, I'm so smart. Doesn't matter. You don't need to know. You need to react. You don't need to know anything. And first of all, let me say this again out loud. Nobody knows nothing. This ain't about track records or win-loss rate or scanners. We teach you how the market works. And the last 4 years, I've never seen it like this. I've never seen a year like this where everything that we do came together all in 1 year. Short squeezes, pump and dumps, earnings reversals, government manipulation of the stock market right in front of our eyes. I mean, if you don't believe that's going on, Trump, Nancy Pelosi, they're all in cahoots. Why do you think they come in to politics in the first place? You think they actually want to serve the people? Hold on a second. I need to be alone for a second. Oh, yes, serve the people. It's a good one. No, they're in it for the manipulation and the corruptness of it all. You know it. I know it. Don't be delusional. So the only way to fight the machine is to be the machine. And that's what we are. We're machines. It's all if-then statements. I got no feelings. I'm numb. But if you're going to debate with me, you lose. Because the debate, if you're going to try to tell us that what we're doing here doesn't work, I got about 400 people, maybe up to 5 or 1,000 people that'll tell you otherwise. So if you want to be the one moron that says, hey, this guy, oh, man, that's the guy that says the market never goes down. It went down yesterday. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Right. So the reason I do it live is it's fraud proof. I understand that this industry is full of snake oil salesmen and guys that want to sell you scanners that are, there was a guy, I think you know his name. You see this scanner right here? You know what that is? Well, now you can't have it. I'm going to charge $1,000 for it. That's what he would do. He would take a scanner that's embedded on a regular platform, pretend that it was doing something out of like that you didn't have, and he would try to sell it to you. I'm like, but that's a free scanner on every other on what? No, that's scanning for small cap stocks with explosive blah blah blah, and they would tell you some bullshit. I'm scam proof. Because either the trade is working or it's not. There is no debate, right? But the part that gets some people in trouble is if you only hear part of the conversation. For instance, this morning, I was long iRobot, giggling my tuchus off, laughing. Tuchus, you know what that is? That's tushy in Yiddish. I'm giggling my ass off. Woo! Here we go. iRobot. I'm buying it. New high break. I'm getting all excited here at 8:08. Buying it. I'm chasing because I should have bought the faux show down here. But you know what? Here we go. iRobot. We've been kicking ass on it. I'm buying it at 570. I'm selling 587.50. If you know about that, why I sold at 87. It's 7/8 of a point. And then it gets to 6. I'm like, all right, we're going to sell here at 6. Now I'm looking at this long-term chart. We've had so much fun on iRobot. We're waiting for it to break this price, which was the 584. And then we were looking for it to get through there. There's the 590. And then we were looking for it to get there. Look at that price. 610. Look where it went. It went to 605. Kenny, you're killing me. You said 610. I know. So we sold some at 6, and then it starts to roll over. And I said, hey, if it breaks back under where I sold some, I'm going to sell it. Why? Because that's what I do. Because that's how you trade. You have high expectations. I thought it was going to break 610 and possibly go to $9 today. Right? So the guy in the back who didn't sell it who said, but I thought you said it was going to go to $10. I did. And that's what I thought. If it would have broke 610, I thought this thing could go to $10. But no, look what it did. It didn't do that thing. It didn't do that thing, Blanche. So what are you going to do about it? Well, I'm going to hold on to it because you said it was going to go to 10. Listen to the rest of the statement, Jimmy. The guy that said it could go to 10 is now saying, get the fuck out of it. And that's the important part. But the real important part's the damn blue line. You want to be long a stock that breaks back below the blue line? You want to be long a stock that just got to a level where you never thought it was going to go, considering we've been trading the stock for the last 3 days from 250 up to 6? Don't be that nudnik. Sell, Mortimer. And not only was it a great sell, but look what it did. Blue line, the orange line. And then the guy in the back, the other guy in the back, who I thought just came for the Danish, hey, what's up? He says, so wait a minute, now that it pulled back to the orange line, do we buy it? And I said, you know what? We might. And then 1 minute later, 2 minutes later, 3 minutes later, 4 minutes later, I said, 5 minutes later, guy, you're onto something, let's buy it. Why? Why 5 minutes later? Because here, it hit the prior day VWAP, tries to bounce, breaks it, then comes back, and then breaks back over where it came from. You know what that is? That's a faux show, bro. At prior day VWAP. Stop what you're doing because you're about to ruin the short that you thought was going to happen. So instead of getting short here like a lot of people do, breaking new lows, we saw the faux show, bro, and we bought it right there at 488 using the low of the day. 88 minus 76, eighth of a point risk. Our reward was if the stock holds prior day VWAP, it generally reverts back to the prior day, holds the prior day VWAP, goes back to today's VWAP. And you know what that is? That's an entry point at 488 with a 10-cent risk that you made a lovely, lovely 30 to 40 or 50 cents on this trade. And with a $3 stock or a $5 stock, you're not buying 20 shares. You're not buying 1,000. You're buying 3,000, 4,000, 10,000 shares, baby. But even on 1,000 shares, a nice little $5,000 entry, you make your $300, $400, and you say, thanks very much. I just got my day's pay. And then you remind yourself, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? It's a job. It's a job, right? You try to do as best as you can. You try to take trades where the risk reward is always in your favor. You always play by the rules. If you get a trade wrong, quickly get out. If you're in a winning trade, sell some, raise your stop. And if today was your first couple of days, yeah, I'm happy all the trades worked out, just like they did yesterday. Chewy short, Ali long, Toll Brothers. Why were we trading those stocks yesterday? Holy shit. Is anybody still in AGQ? It's at $135. Oh my God. I sold this thing at 85 on the way back down. It seems like 2 days ago. And by the way, is anybody in silver? You know, I don't own the AGQ anymore. I was swinging that for a while. It was a nice trade. I'm just loaded up on the hard commodity. Not only do I think it's going higher, I think it's going a lot higher from here. I'm talking $80 because 50 generally gets you 80. Those parameters work in the precious metals too. And considering this is a blue sky breakout, never been this high on silver, I really think we're going to $80. And if we go to $80, we go to 120 on silver, baby. Woo. Now, while we're sitting here, right, people are trading. Not everybody's just enamored and hanging on every word. Somebody just asked me, hey, iRobot did that thing. Shouldn't I be buying it now? Hell fucking yeah, you should be, right? And that's where I want you to be. That guy who said that. Don't wait for me to say, please press the button here. Sure, I do that. But I want you to understand what I'm giving you here. Faux show, bro, back above prior day VWAP. Worked before, why not do it again? But now you're getting it at a cheaper level. Faux show right there, breaks a new low, comes right back, gets back to that level. So instead of waiting to buy it at 490, why not buy it at the 476 where the last faux show, bro, was? 476 gets you back to the 525. Now you just traded the stock long in the pre-market, short at the open, long with me during this move, possibly a short. I wasn't even looking at it. And now a new long. And if you took that trade, let's give it up to that guy. There he is. That's where I want you to be, friends. You do not want to wait for me to tell you what to do. So I'm the master hunter here. You know what? I like fishing more than hunting. I don't really hunt. I'm more of a fisherman. I've been fishing all my life. Always lived by the water. And a guy like me, I know some spots. But when I get to Colorado to go fishing, I don't know where I'm going. So you know what I did? I hired somebody. Hey, buddy, you live here? You fish? Take me and my friends to the good spot. We'll give you $400. What? Let's go. Next thing you know, we have a tour guide for the rest of the day. He took us to all the good spots, and we killed it. That's me. I'm your tour guide of the market. And holy shit, 1 second. Speaking of tour guides, we missed the Tilray trade. You son of... Buy it. Buy it. Buy it. I just saw some weed stocks moving. I almost forgot about Tilray. All right. I didn't even have to risk. I knew I was risking it, probably just a nickel. Yeah, VWAP's 825. That's your risk. I forgot about Tilray. Haven't traded it yet today. All right, I got some on now. What was I saying? All right, something about a tour guide, right? So I'm your tour guide, and I also bring you to where the fish are. I give you the best bait, the best hooks. I teach you whether they're going to, certain fish, you want to let them hang in there. Some fish, you got to give a little, couple of bites, and then you try to snag. Some guys, you just want to let go till they swallow the bait. Then you hook them. I teach you all that stuff. The bait, the best spots, the limits. You don't want to get arrested, but stripers now, you can only catch 27 to 32. You have to throw the monster stripers back here in the tri-state area. They put these restrictions on. I don't even want to go striper fishing now. It's my favorite fish in the world. They only let you keep the 27 to 33s now. My son brought up a 50-pound striped bass when he was like 9 years old. It was the greatest moment of our lives. I still watch that video. Holy shit, my son, he's trying to bring this thing up. It was basically the size of him. It was awesome. And now he'd have to throw that thing back. Are you kidding me? No way. All right, so why did I buy some Tilray? Because this stock kept paying us, and I missed it once. I missed it twice. I missed it 3 times. I'm going to get involved right here. Plus, I just saw Cron hitting new highs. They've been traveling together. So Tilray gets over 837. Hopefully we get a repeat of what happened yesterday. And I don't mind if it sits around a little bit today, because tomorrow is options expiration. And let's say it just chops around between the 808 and the 850 again. If it breaks 850 tomorrow and it kicks in, that's when you start making some good money. 850 calls tomorrow for a couple of pennies. You're not going to get them for a couple of pennies today, but tomorrow you will, because it's close to option expiration. And that's what we do. And today I'm going to cut this show off a little bit early because I am exhausted. Old. Get tired. It's crazy. I've been up all night partying. Speaking of partying, if you guys want to come for Options Friday, would you buy before market close and sell in the morning? Absolutely not. I don't anticipate trades. I don't buy options the night before. That's speculation. I don't hate the idea, because I do like this idea that I got here on this Tilray. If it does squeeze tomorrow, well, we could buy it tomorrow. You'd probably get a good price. Because if you come in, let's say you buy the options today, the stock goes nowhere, it's 100% loss. I'd rather trade in the moment, when it starts to do something. And right now, again, I'll take my 20 cents, 30 cents, get the juices flowing for tomorrow. And again, I don't mind if it doesn't go today, because I'm kind of, if let's say it does this same exact stuff tomorrow, like I said, those 850s at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, today the 850s are 15 by 19. Tomorrow, same exact scenario, those are 4 by 6. So you buy them at 6, the stock pops 30 cents, they go to 30 cents. No, 20 cents really, depending on the price. But let's say you get an 850 for a couple of pennies and the stock does take off and we get what we want in a full-blown, I think the stock could actually rip, maybe not the 1072 tomorrow, but the bottoms of this range and the top of that last candle, 922. You buy an 850 call for 2 cents and the stock goes up 50, 60 cents, they're going to be worth 50 cents. And you just paid 2 cents for it. So imagine, if you will, you buy 1,000 contracts. I know not everyone's going to do that, but just to make it sound extraordinary, if you buy 1,000 contracts, it costs you $2,000. Stock goes up 50 cents. Those contracts are now 50 cents. You know what that is? That $2,000 is now worth, an hour later, hopefully, $50,000. That's why we get together tonight and we look for some of those areas where some of these stocks are, because you want to get yourself a stock that's doing the trade that we love on options expiration. You follow? So it's like the perfect storm. These trades work really, really well if you find one of these trades on a Friday near VWAP, near half numbers, with a stock that has penny increment options on a Friday. Preparation meets opportunity. You create your own luck, as they say. So that's my story. I am freaking exhausted. I'm going to cut out right now. Oh, and I'm going to just put a stop on my Tilray trade. Hopefully it goes to 850 today, but I'll give it 6 cents because, again, last trade of the day, I'm not too. You did that with SLV? Did what? Bought it, held it. By the way, there goes another one of my stocks at NVTS. Everybody needs to have NVTS on the radar because these stocks are just fantastic to trade. They're liquid. They have options. NVTS, we love the open on Fridays. We love the forward on Fridays. And that's kind of trying to make a move. Forward on a Friday has been a great trade. And really what you're looking for is stocks that trade half-point increment options, have weeklies, and the options trade in pennies. And that's how you set up. And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. So I'm going to go to sleep now. Literally, I'm going to sleep. I'm dying. I'm going to sleep. We conquered another day. Luck, maybe we got, if my pal Solid Jello wants to come on and talk to you guys, it's always a blessing. We never know. And I'll be back later. We're going to do a live. If anybody has any questions, any stocks you want us to analyze, I'm going to be doing a podcast with my analyst. His name is Chris. He goes by Don Corleone. Guy has the analysts that he knows are the analysts that everybody needs to know. They're the guys that get paid and don't talk about it online. They're the guys that actually give their analysis to hedge funds that you don't see on the news scrolls or manipulating the markets. Those are the guys you want to trust. And so far, everything they've told us to do, especially with this VICR trade, I don't know if anybody's in this thing. New highs. Hope you guys made some money on it. This came right out of this analyst call. And once I saw that chart, my favorite part of this trade was I don't really care what this company does. I like this chart. If it breaks here, I'm in. And he nailed it for his reasons. I nailed it because of my reasons. And we all live happily ever after. And most importantly, I don't own it anymore. So good luck. Now that I don't own it, it'll probably go right to 120. And he'll talk about this stock today a little bit more. He loves it. It's his favorite name. And it's about to explode even more so, he says. If you look at this 3-year chart, it just came out of a down. This Andy Dufresne, new highs, everything about this. Now take a look at this. I should have saved this for later, but yeah, we'll talk more about it. They own a piece of another company that's supposed to be doing an IPO. And but anyway, every stock he's told us about, these guys have broke the industries, man. They were talking nuclear before anybody was talking nuclear. They confirmed all my buying, and I was buying what's it called, rare earths. I was buying rare earths because of the breakouts, and he was confirming it with some fundamental reasons. It was interesting. We got involved in some nuclear rare earth stocks like UUU and DNN, kicked ass. So it's a nice combination, knowing what you're buying. Me, it's all about the price, but I like it's soothing, I guess, when you know what you're buying. So you got the fundamental reasons, you got your, those reasons, and then they're confirmed by the technicals. So tonight, we'll gather. 6 o'clock, I put some music on. 8 o'clock, I'll be back. But if you're interested, send me some emails. If you haven't been a part of what we're doing, send me an email right now, kennyglick@AOL.com. I'll let you in, show you what we do. And right now, if you guys are working for me, hopefully my traders are in my names, right? You got the Core Weave, right? Core Weave, the Olma, right? Core Weave, the Olma, the iRobot, the Tilray. So far, so good. USAR, here's some of those other ones I mentioned earlier. And if you'll notice that every single one of the stocks I just mentioned did the same exact thing. Faux show bro, VWAP break, prior day VWAP break. Faux show bro. We also call it the 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. The 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. The only trade you ever have to take. Boom, boom, boom. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. You could take a stochastic and shove it up your... Have a nice day, everybody. The trade keeps working. We're going to keep taking it. You want to debate and lose money? You want to criticize and get crushed? Good for you. Namaste. Before I go, before we leave, one more time. If you haven't been indoctrinated yet, just close your eyes. It's going to be all right. Close your eyes and relax. Okay, now sit back, but look at the screen for just 1 second. And remember, breathe in the VWAP. And breathe out the nudniks. Breathe in the VWAP. And breathe out the doubt. I'll see you guys in a couple hours. All right, you guys got your long trades on. They're looking still good. Tilray, here we go, right? Tilray, Core Weave, Jemmy still looks good. Probably wouldn't want to be short the Qs anymore. Keeps getting bought down at these levels. Here comes the Tilray. Here comes the Core Weave. There's your iRobot, right? Jemmy, iRobot, Ulma. Have you heard something that's specific? These stocks that we're talking about, we've traded them every single day. So where's my friend that's still looking for the watch list? I'll give you the watch list one more time. Jemmy, Qs, iRobot, Tilray. You know what's going to be on the watch list tomorrow? Qs, iRobot, Jemmy, and Tilray. You know what's going to be on the watch list on Monday? Qs, iRobot, Jemmy, and Tilray. And some companies that reported earnings and something else that's in the news. Create your own watch list. Have your go-to names. Trade the VWAP. CoreWeave always on the list. NVTS on the list. It's the same day every day, my friends. And that day is glorious. And, of course, the Georgia Bulldogs are SEC back-to-back champions. And if you're in 18,000 shares of Tilray at $8.30, be my guest and take 8 cents right here. Sell a couple of thousand. Why not? Sold to you. Don't be afraid to take. Look, it's 8 cents. If you bought 10,000 shares at $8.30, guess what? That's $800 right now if you sell it all. What'd you buy? 20 shares of an $8 stock? You piker? Starting with 10,000. All right, good luck. All right, I'll catch you guys. And if you're lucky enough, just say solid jello, solid jello, solid jello 3 times. Sometimes he appears like Beetlejuice or Candyman. But instead of him killing you with a hook or stealing your soul, he hands you buckets of cash. 6, 7. All right. All right. I'll see you. I'll see. I can't even log out. I don't know what. It won't let me out. Won't let me log out. All right, I'm out of here. Gentlemen, ladies, gentlemen, ladies, gentlemen. Yeah, just email me. I'll let you in tonight. If you like the Grateful Dead, you like Bob Marley, you like tequila, you like smoking weed, you like making money. If any of those checked your box, come on in. Except that guy. You know who I'm talking about. Please don't email me. Please don't try to show up. And please don't ask me for the 39th trial. Really? Those are 2 separate people. I'm talking about you specifically, Mr. Criticizing, Mr. Doubt. I don't want you involved. Go away. Nobody wants you around. You're a negative energy and you're an awful person.